All right, guys, this is the one you've been waiting for. This is the cheap one. This is the stock you know, fuel cell. We've talked about it before. I know I have on the air, and it's spiked a lot of times. Now, the company provides stationary fuel cell power plants, and they're really gaining traction. Now, there are two areas that they're really big in. Let's face it, we got a 100-year-old power grid. They help to support those systems. And then on-site power, where they back up a lot of things, including the intermittent issues that you have with solar and wind. The company's got a huge backlog. Right now, it's $340 million. It's divided into products and services almost evenly, and I think that's going to continue to grow and continue to help the bottom line. It's a small company, but it's got a global footprint. They've installed a 59 megawatt installation in Asia. South Korea is huge. They've also made some inroads into Europe. Insiders are buying the stock. You don't see that a lot with a volatile, low-price stock like this. The last 7 transactions have all been buys, 397,000 shares. Now, the stock closed today at a key resistance point. Your next leg on the upside could take it to $4. You've been in this before. You know it moves really quick. Matt, what do you think of this one?
Well, I never buy a stock based on a potential takeover, but I think this is a takeover target where it's trading down here. NRG Energy just bought a bunch of shares. They offered them a revolving line of credit, and I see they're doing a lot of deals together. I think a company like that will come in and sweep this company up, pay $5 or $6 a share.
You know what? And I bet you if they bought them, they probably end up getting enough tax credits from the government to cover the purchase price. I didn't even think of that angle.
I was going to say the tax credits are definitely a plus on this end, but they're also going to be EBITDA. They're saying EBITDA positive by 2015. So the growth potential as we get into, the next year is massive. And like you said, it's moving into Europe and as well as
and for the audience, EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, that's cash flow. And a company like this, you start to measure it first on the cash that's flowing through it before some of the other traditional valuation metrics.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time, though. I mean, state by state, municipality by municipality, to get these things approved, and that's the problem.
Work with me a little bit. Earlier in the show,
work with you.
Earlier in the show, you wanted a stock to pull back. All right, now this is a stock that's pulled back and acts like it's ready to go.
This stock has been around for some time, and just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a good buy. So I would say that I would wait until it is.
But how do you get your energy? Right, you hate energy, you hate oil and gas, you hate the fuel cells.
I love energy, and I like fuel cell, and I do think that cars will eventually be plugged in all the way up.
Have you ever heard of FEYE?
Yeah.
However, a friend of mine
lives in Woodstock.
A friend of mine rode all the way down from Oregon all the way down the coast of California in a Tesla, and she said it took them so long because they had to plug it in all the way down.
Okay. Hey, guys. We're not going to knock Tesla today. No, I'm just joking. But what we are going to do, you guys have been sending in a lot of questions. We love it, and that's what we're here for. We love, particularly live on the air. Send them in. You've got a question about the market, a certain industry. Always ask me, #AskPayne. Kate is our tracking, our social media. She's our social media guru. What do you have for me today?
All right, this came in just a couple of minutes ago from Judd Frank. He says, Charles, FireEye is starting to look like WaterEye.
Golly, I got to tell you something. I am so frustrated with this. 90% of the ideas in 3 months on this show are up, and most of them are up big, significantly more than the market. FireEye acts terrible. I don't know what's going on. They got an upgrade, I think, this week from Piper Jaffray to an outperform. It sold off today on huge volume. It worries me the way it's selling off. Now, I know there's a big short position. I'm hanging in there with it, but I will admit that I'm a little nervous because of the action and the volume. Who's selling it? What's going on?
And I'm watching it closely because if it breaks that low from earlier this year, then I get really concerned. I think it might find some support. And actually down here, if you want to own this company, I think this is the time you actually go in right now and start building position.
You got an opinion on FireEye?
It's so risky, though. I mean, this one has been a up and down, volatile roller coaster. I just wouldn't touch it with your 10-foot pole.
Even though almost every day we wake up and there's another amazing cyber theft. I mean, these guys have built a company that covers, I think they've got the best company in the whole space for this cybersecurity stuff. Every day we wake up, the Russians sold 1 billion things, the Koreans sold this, the Nigerians sold that, some kid in L.A. in his mother's basement stole. I mean, this is a huge industry.
So you have to think, why is the stock not performing well?
I think to Matt's point, it was one of these high flyers that got ahead of itself earlier this year. The insider sold a lot, and it was an easy target. The shorts made a bunch of money. I think they're back. I will ask that who's ever in it that my subscribers were holding. They're not happy about it, but I think I'm going to gut this one out. Thanks a lot.